Good evening and welcome to Inside Jefferson Football. Your look inside the Jag. Coming up on this edition of Jefferson Football, we will take a look back at Jefferson's thrilling senior night win against Apple Valley, a shutout 17-0. We'll talk to the head coach Tim Carlson about that. We'll also preview their upcoming game at Waconia on Friday. And we'll also talk to a couple of the Jaguar seniors on the offensive line in the player segment, Lucas Kitzman and Noah Williams. But first, the head coach, Tim Carlson. Coach, great win for you. Look back. But before we get to that Valley win, it's two got dumped on the ground. I'm in Evansville. I'd imagine I'm not that far from Bloomington, so I'd imagine you're kind of dealing with the same thing up there right now.
Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy day today. We decided kind of late, maybe too late, but we canceled everything at all levels. I didn't want or wanted to keep as few kids off the road or on the road as we possibly could. I know a couple were driving. Lucas, who is going to be on the show later, had a slight accident. My wife was in an accident just going to her parents. So it was bad out there today, and so we canceled it. We were kind of a little early. We were kind of looking, let's have some fun with this, and kind of remind me of taking the Nerf out in my backyard when I was a kid. But it just got to the point. If we had been in school, it'd be a little bit different when the kids were all there. But because the kids would have had to drive, and we decided to cancel everything, and we had a film day instead. And so we met with the kids via Google Meets and watched some film today. So yeah, it's if it's not one thing, it's another. Pandemic, snow, whatever. We'll take it. Flooding, locusts, whatever comes next, we're ready for it.
Sure. Based on what looks like the upcoming forecast, but before your game on Friday, I'm not sure if the snow is going to melt by Friday. So, what I know you guys you've played in snow before, not this early in the year, but it's a delayed start. So, what kind of things go into preparing for those possible elements?
Well, I have a note to the custodial crew to make sure or to see if we can get the turf shoveled off for tomorrow. We need a place to practice. We're going to be outside, no matter what tomorrow. This week and next look about the same weather-wise. So we're going to just have to live with it and deal with it. And it looks like it gets a little bit warmer past that, but it's Minnesota, so who knows what's going to happen next. But yeah, we're going to do what we can to get outside. Um, the volleyball team's inside, so we don't have a lot of gym space. So as long as we're playing outside, we're going to try and do our best to practice outside, and maybe we all bring our shovels to practice tomorrow.
Well, let's take a look back, Coach, because it was a memorable Thursday night win for you guys. I know it seems like a long time ago since you last played, but what a memorable win for you and the seniors, Coach. You shut out Alley 17. Pleased with that. I'd imagine probably a lot game.
Yeah, you're kind of cutting in and out of me. I can't hear you real well, but this is a play. Again, we get a lot of play action stuff. This was to catch the Apple Valley in man. It's very hard. If you watch the linebackers, you'll see number 5 is man coverage. We knew they were going to play man. 5 is going to have the first running back out his side. But because we do so much sprint out with the play action, watch him go to his right. He goes left at the running. Then he's going to bail to the right just those few steps. His eyes are in the backfield, and that we sneak Roosevelt out. You've probably seen that play many times from us in the past. We don't run it much. We run it about, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 times during the year. And I was telling our booster club last night, I think completion-wise, we're close to 100% completing it. And I think touchdown-wise, we're high 90% in scoring a touchdown. It's a great red zone play because we know that most teams play man down there. Carter Hansen did a great job, gets a little extra depth, and the ball seemed to hang in the air forever when you're waiting to score a touchdown, and Roosevelt corralled it in, and yeah, it was nice to get a good start.
Let's take a look at the next play, Coach. Your special teams did some good things. Here was a nice block punt by Colby Jorsham, and it's not the last we're going to hear from number 15 in this highlight package either.
No, this we felt pretty good about being able to get to it. In this one, we weren't actually had the rush on because no one really blocked Colby. You kind of ran into the kicker a little bit early on, so we thought we could get one. It's a great job by Sam Wanzek, number 2 on the other side, on the right side in the screen, of picking this thing up. We were hoping to kind of get a little scoop and score here, but Valley does a nice job in recovering. But again, that's a big play. Special teams, as you know, you've heard me say it enough, Josh, that special teams just truly play such a large part in football games and momentum and things like that. And that was a big play for us. And hopefully our special teams can continue to get better and better throughout the season.
Really, maybe the play that put it away, probably the play that put it away, one of the biggest plays of the game. 3rd and long, Coach. You trust your senior quarterback, Carter Hansen, to step back, and he delivers an absolute strike to Jorsham for the big touchdown.
Yeah, Carter did a great job all night. Kind of throw that backside post to Colby, who breaks the tackle and is going in. I thought Carter had a pretty good game. I think Carter thought he was getting paid by the mile. This game, he did an awful lot of running around, but threw just a perfect ball that Colby catches it, you see, in his hands, away from his body, in stride, and no one's going to bring him down after that. But both Colby and Carter had very good games.
What made you trust your senior quarterback moment? Then 3rd and long, you could have ran for it on 4th down. What made you trust him to go back there and deliver that knockout punch?
Well, I just think Carter has really grown as a quarterback. When we saw it all summer, he went through a lot of growing pains. Starting, he hadn't played for really 2 years going into last year. I've known Carter for a long time, since he was just a little kid, so I knew that's there, but he had to grow into the job a little bit. He's playing with such confidence right now and trusting his receivers. Our receivers are doing a great job. That once we thought, okay, we get the protection, and the protection was there, we'd look for that backside post, and it's another thing we like to do when you sprint out as much as we do. It's kind of nice to hit that backside post to help keep teams honest, and it's when he can tell he wants the ball, he wants to be put in those situations. So hey, let's give it to him. He's a captain, and let's go with it.
Last one here, Coach, as we look at the final highlight here, your defense. Obviously, you can't mention a shutout win without talking a little bit of defense. They're going to get a sack, cause a fumble here, but the defense obviously impressive all night. Apple Valley didn't throw for much at all. They didn't run for much more than that, and I think
I thought we knew what they were going to do. My guess is, we were kind of thinking the last couple of years they've kind of done the same thing, a little wildcat power football, just try and jam it down our throats and make the game shorter. And we just did a much better job at stopping the run. They were big. I mean, to say, and that's an understatement. What the left tackle's 6'11", 900 pounds or whatever he was, and
they listed him 6'11", 400. So even if he's not quite that, he's still pretty big.
He was still big, and what he dwarfed the other guys who were big. I don't know if you can get a good look. The other guys were so big, but you got a 6'11", 400 pounder. It just makes everybody look small. But their running backs were big, and so we thought, here comes the power running game. You might have noticed our kids did a good job. We call it chopping the tree. There's no way we could take on their running backs high, and a couple times when we did, we filled the hole nice, but they trucked us a couple times too because they're good. But we probably noticed us really chopping the tree more than we have, and that's taking out the legs. We just got to take out the legs, and we did a good job of that.
All right, Coach, we'll catch up with you in the final segment as we look ahead to Waconia, all right?
Sounds good.
All right. When we come back on Inside Jefferson Football, it's player segment time. We'll talk to a couple of the senior offensive linemen, and Lucas Kitzman and Noah Williams. That's when Inside Jefferson Football continues. Inside Jefferson football. After last Thursday's win, Jefferson will look ahead to Waconia. It's an away game for the Jaguars Friday night out in Waconia. And joining me now, a couple of the senior offensive linemen, Lucas Kitzman, Noah Williams. Appreciate the All right, Lucas, we'll start with you. Lucas is on the left, by the way, in the lighter blue sweatshirt. If you're not sure, there you go, Lucas. Talk to me about that offensive line performance against Apple Valley. You guys were able to run the ball just effectively enough, and then I thought your pass protection was brilliant in that game. Gave Carter Hansen plenty of time to throw most of the, evaluate that performance from you guys.
Well, I think we did a pretty solid job all around. There's definitely stuff that we got to get better at, like combo blocks. But like you said before, the pass protection felt pretty good. I still think there's more we can work on with the pass protection because I obviously didn't play a perfect game. I mean, nobody really does, but there's always stuff that we could do better.
You told me you play left tackle, but you're kind of lobbying before the show. Coach could obviously hear you. You're lobbying to play some different positions. So, what makes you such a versatile offensive lineman for the Jaguars?
Well, I play nose and left tackle. I guess my speed sets me apart a little bit from other linemen. I don't weigh as much as the average lineman, but I'm also quite a bit faster than most, and my conditioning's a lot better, so it helps me play both sides of the ball.
Noah, let's get to you. You're also a senior. How did that game feel against Apple Valley? You had some close ones in the past against them. This time you were able to shut them out and win kind of pretty convincingly. That had to feel good as a group.
Yeah, it felt really good getting a dominating win, especially against Apple Valley. They tend to talk a lot, and it felt good to beat them on the field and not get all the penalties and all the looks that they did.
When you look at their offensive line, obviously you're not going up against them all the time, but when you look at they got a guy 6'10 or 11, 400, can you imagine what it's like playing a line at that size? Because there's not many out there that
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, it'd be crazy, especially trying to move more trying to
Pretty
move
crazy,
than
huh?
anything. Yeah.
Noah, what is it like for all the students out there? What is it like to be a senior going through your last go around, and it happens to be during a global pandemic, and now it's snowing in the mid-October? What is it like that last go around? And it's so different than what pretty much everybody has been used to in really the modern era of education.
It feels almost more like BAA football because we're just driving to practice or getting rides instead of going from school to practice or school to a game. It just feels, I guess, like when we were little, just having more fun, I guess.
why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
Back on Inside Jefferson Football amid some technical difficulties as my internet connection went out there. Cause of the year 20, but we'll Lucas Kitzman and Noah Williams. Guys, sorry about that. Just another wrench in the plans with my internet going down. Hope you guys are still out there. Noah, we were just talking to you about what is it like being a student here, a senior in a global pandemic, and now you're trying to do all these Zoom calls, and we're on basically one of those right now, and my internet goes down. It kind of just seems like one thing after another. But how resilient do you have to be as a senior? Someone, it's that last go around, but just all the adjustments that you have to make. It has to be.
I didn't catch that last part. You kind of cut out.
Sorry about that, Noah, but all the adjustments that you guys have to make, you have to be really resilient as a student athlete, don't you?
Yeah, I think you do, especially with all of the changes going on right now. People are losing their jobs, everything. It's a lot of changes going on in households for everyone. We just kind of have to overcome it.
Last one for each of you guys. What are your upcoming plans for the rest of the year and beyond? Talk to me. What does the future look like for you, Lucas?
For the rest of the year, just focus on winning
Yep.
the rest of our games right now, I guess.
How about
But
into the
for the
spring
future-
after football? Yep. Yeah, into the spring after football's over.
Well, I do track, or more specifically, I throw, because linemen aren't exactly known for being sprinters. But, like college-wise, haven't decided anything yet. If I could play football in college, that'd be cool. But we'll see where things go.
How about for you, Noah? Same question for you.
For me in the spring, I play lacrosse, so that's what I'll be doing then. And then for college, also more undecided. I have a couple of colleges that I have interest in. I don't know if I'm gonna 100% go there or not. Yeah.
Has to be tricky because right now maybe you can't visit those colleges like maybe a normal senior would.
Yeah. I've done a couple of the Zoom visual meetings, but those aren't really all that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one, Noah. Well, guys, appreciate you joining me even with the tough circumstances of my internet continuing to go in and out. We'll try to do our best to patch that up. Good luck on Friday night against Waconia. Play well, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, let's bring bring back in the head coach, Tim Carlson, here for our final segment of Inside Jefferson Football as we take a look ahead to that Waconia game. Coach, Waconia, we kind of know what they want to do. They want to run the ball. They got the McElhaney brothers back again. They did some really good things against St. Louis Park, as we'll see in the highlights. But you know what Waconia wants to do? They can throw it, but that bread and butter for them, you need to try to slow down their running attack.
Yeah, number one play will be their power run, and that's with a pulling guard and typically a fullback leading, and mostly it's the running back too, McElhaney, or sometimes it might be the quarterback power. But now they'll use the running back in the slot. Two will be in the slot and do some jet sweep out of that. You're right. They did throw it probably more than I kind of expected, especially against St. Louis Park, where they were running the ball really well and tried to throw it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we have to stop the run and force them to throw. We know that everything revolves around two, and he's a heck of a good football player and only a sophomore. And he plays defense. He's an outside linebacker on their defense, and he can fly around and hit people. And from just a fan standpoint, he's fun to watch. He really is. But it'll be a tough task, and yeah, we know what we have to do, and now it's just going out and really doing it.
Mac rushed for 185 yards against St. Louis Park. Let's take a look at some of their highlights in that 49-15 convincing. Well, they rushed for 277 as a team. This was actually their touchdown pass. Carson Dobmeyer was able to find Sean Johnson for a 10-yard passing touchdown.
Well, I think one of the reasons they like to throw is they have tall receivers. The receivers are all good size, and and they all seem to have really good hands. So they can catch the ball, and he can throw the ball. I think that's kind of what they're thinking, is wanting to mix it up a little bit, because I think they can. If they're like us, and probably most teams, is each week, because of the shortened time to prepare the season of just, really 2 weeks, no two-a-days, is everybody's offense was kind of reduced, very vanilla. You add a little bit week 2, and now you add a little bit week 3. And I think offenses and defenses will continue to grow over the coming weeks, because they just haven't had that planning time that we usually have.
Let's take a look at some rushing highlights from this. Is what they like to do well. Here is first a 50-yard touchdown run. When you went for 277, you're likely to break some. And here is a big explosive play for them on a jet sweep.
Yeah, there's the jet. And again, we're trying to teach our kids, hopefully we can be practicing tomorrow, just to call out where he is. Right now, if he's in the slot, they do certain things. If he's in the backfield, he does certain things. We just have to know where he is. And what they'll do is they'll do the jet sweep one way and get everybody going that way, but then come back with a quarterback kind of naked bootleg kind of thing, or a quarterback power to that weak side. So when two's out in the slot, we need to know, okay, is he in motion? Communicate that, which means watch for jet sweep one way or power coming back the other way. And the kids just need to communicate really well and talk to each other and be on the same page and do your job. Everybody, the one thing with focusing on a guy, you can see St. Louis Park, they all go upfield. They run upfield too far, and that really creates more gaps for a running back like that, who can just pick the holes wonderfully. So we have to play along the line of scrimmage, do your job, and we'll be just fine.
Well, we'll take a look at their last long touchdown, Coach, and it's basically an instant replay of the last one on a jet sweep. So based on this highlight package, all you have to do is stop this one play, but you know better than that. They're, even though we're going to show the same jet sweep again, they're much more diverse than just one play.
Yeah, you pull a guard, you lead with the fullback. It's a lot of guys out there. We have to get off blocks, but again, it's do your job, take on the blocks, a particular way, the correct way, get off the blocks correctly, and then we have to have 11 guys flying to that football, because it looks like there's a couple times throughout both games, their first games, it looks like he stopped. All of a sudden it's just a mass of people, and then all of a sudden here he pops out of there. So we have to get 11 hats to the football and hopefully create some turnovers. Again, the turnovers could be big. If it's a cold game, if it's a wet game, turnovers could be big. So we have to be on the positive side of that. But yeah, from just a fan standpoint, like I said, he's fun to watch. He's a very good high school football player and only a sophomore.
Final one for you, coach, as you get prepared for this two-part question. How about the health of your team? These victory Friday night, guys.
I got the first. I got the first question, Josh. Health, we're good. Both Roosevelt Cage is back practicing. Isaac Freetag's up back practicing. So we're good there. I couldn't quite hear the second question. If you want to repeat it real quick.
Couple of keys to victory for you guys.
Offensively, keep the ball. We don't need the big play. Move the chains. Just kind of keep as long as 2 doesn't have the ball, that's good for us. So we, as an offense, we want to just move the ball down the field, make plays. Then defensively, like I said, we need to get some turnovers. We need to continue to improve on our tackling, and we made great strides from week 1. Week 2, we're going to have to do that. And then that third element that you hear me harp about, special teams. Who makes the big plays on special teams? It's probably more than 2 keys. It's a lot of keys. So all we have to do is just do everything really well, and we'll be fine.
All right, Coach. Appreciate the time as always. Good luck on Friday. We'll see you back here next Tuesday for another episode of Inside Jefferson Football.
All right. Thanks, Josh.
All right, that's the head coach, Tim Carlson. Again, the Jaguars hit the road for the second time this year as they will travel out west to face Waconia. 7 o'clock start on Friday night out in Waconia. That'll wrap it up for this edition of Inside Jefferson Football. For our entire crew, this is Josh Powers saying good night from our virtual studios.